There. Hello everyone and welcome back to Vampyr. Last time we ended in Jonathan's room at the hospital. He has just been offered a position as a night doctor, or that is what I call it, but night watch or doctor who only works at night then. Let's see what's in here, by the way. Okay, Dragonbane. Barker. What did happen now? Did we die? Anyways, last time we started this game, and thus far I think it's an interesting game. I do see similarities to Dishonored. I haven't tried to hide anybody's yet, and I guess I will try to do that today. Because if I can do that, I can actually go ahead killing people by drinking of them and then hide them afterward in the water as usual. But oh, what a nice suit you got there, Jonathan. That was not what I had in mind. Let's change back. So, what I think we're going to do today is to explore his room and of course proceed with the game. Both the story and of course doing a lot of exploration in the area. I want to get as much as possible out of this game, and so I think we should go and talk to the one we saved last time from the other vampire. I don't know if he has got a room yet, but we'll see. Anyways, let's see. We have something over here too. Glass vial. I guess it's here we also can get some resources, aluminium powder, killings. Refill all, great. So yeah, let's go and analyze William Bishop's blood at the workbench. William Bishop was the vampire we killed last time and saved the other man from. Crafting to analyze. On a workbench you can craft medical treatments to heal sick citizens, serums to boost yourself, weapon upgrades to improve and customize your weapons. Okay, you have enough components to improve one of your weapons. Great. Two hands, use use Scythe, use Stake, and Bloodhin, Dragonbane, Mahit. I didn't know I had all of these weapons yet. Work in progress, new trophy.
William Bishop's blood is much more unstable than human blood and shows extensive mutation. But this is not what happened to me. I must keep on searching. The sun is about to rise. I can feel it. I'll continue tomorrow night.
Yeah.
I have so much time now.
Yeah, you do.
It's locked.
Great. Used hacksaw. Wow. That could be a really great weapon. And there you have the answer to the question, do you see a vampire in the mirror? Yeah, you do. But he does only look like a shadow in the mirror. So I guess there is something supernatural by him if you watch him in the mirror. Swansea.
Not now.
Okay. That's fine.
It's locked, all right.
Still locked. But Jonathan, you don't have to be that grumpy about locked doors. No, we don't need to go outside yet. We should probably watch the patient's room. A sick man or... Yeah, sick man is over here. Another one is over here.
So many deaths. And still more coming. How can we
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. I believe we're going to be colleagues.
Reed? Yes, I've been informed about your arrival. I'm Waverly Ackroyd. Welcome aboard, I suppose.
Does my arrival inconvenience you in some way, Dr. Ackroyd?
Let us just say that I don't particularly share Dr. Swansey's enthusiasm for hiring you. What we need here are reliable professionals, not overrated dabblers.
Uh-huh. Do you have a problem with me?
If you have a problem with me, Dr. Ackroyd, please feel free to tell me.
Dr. Swansey has imposed your presence on this hospital without asking anyone's advice. The benefit of his position. But I don't agree with it.
I know we've never met before, but I believe this hospital could use all the help it can get. You will agree with that, I'm sure.
Oh, but I have heard about you, Dr. Reed. Of course, you can't say the same about me, since I have not wasted my time courting the press.
Excuse me? No need for such animosity or jealousy will not do you any good. He seems like a total biatch, so
Aren't
we
you
take
too
this.
old for such jealousy? It really won't do you any good, you know.
Don't be ridiculous, Dr. Reed. A simple glance is enough for me to know you have nothing for me to envy.
Okay. Wait a second. Just have to find a very quick thing here. Because this fits the whole thing perfectly. Google Translate. I think it's prejudice, but I'm not totally sure. So yes, prejudice. This guy has clearly a lot of prejudice against. This is against, or how do you say it? Prejudice. Prejudice. Against us. Why is that? I have proved my value as a practitioner.
I don't know what you've heard about me, but I have already proved my value as a practitioner.
I don't question your skills, Dr. Reed, but your motive. Is it money, fame, or are you truly dedicated?
And what exactly is that supposed to mean?
I served in the war just like you. But unlike you, I did not use the wounded to play the modern sorcerer.
Be careful what you insinuate, Dr. Ackroyd.
I only want you to admit you used those men to improve your theories.
What? Okay, this one I really want to kill. But I can't. I really can't. Oh my god. That guy is a total bitch. So, I have saved many lives. I guess I have. I saved a man's life instead of eating him. So, I guess you should know about that. But, of course, I can't reveal my vampiric identity. Knowledge is our main weapon, of course. It is. No reason to justify my actions to you.
Knowledge has always been and will remain our main weapon, and it has always come at a price. And personal initiative.
It is not a question of initiative, it is a question of integrity. These men and women have put their faith in us, Dr. Reed.
Yeah, I know.
It seems you have bad memories of your military service.
I refuse to see this industrial slaughter as scientific progress. War only reveals the worst in men.
We can at least agree on something, Dr. Ackroyd.
Well, we need to find hints here.
Thank you for your time. We'll talk later.
If not, I'm going to eat him.
What can I do for you, Doctor?
Thank you,
Oh.
Nurse Crane.
We have already spoken to her before. What about this one then? Is he a little bit nicer?
Good evening, Doctor. I believe we're going to be working together.
Dr. Reed. Dr. Swansea informed us of your arrival, but I could not dare to believe we'd have such good fortune. Such an honor, sir.
Yeah, he's
Thank you.
clearly a better man.
I am Thoreau Strickland, Dr. Thoreau Strickland. I'm a great admirer of your work, Dr. Reed.
Uh-huh.
Please, could you tell me something about yourself?
I'm a great admirer of your work concerning blood transfusion, Dr. Reed. I run my own experiments. I'm convinced it's the future.
What made you choose that career? Could he be a vampire too?
What made you choose to be a doctor?
I'm not ashamed to admit you and your work have inspired me. I am honored to have
Okay,
the
he is
opportunity to
clearly a
work by your side.
fanboy.
It's always a pleasure to share scientific and medical knowledge with someone eager to learn. I'll be glad to help you if I can.
This epidemic may be the century's most terrible disaster, but I'm convinced that we, as doctors, are the only ones able to defeat it.
I based my technique on my mentor's research. He helped me perfect my method. What is yours?
I'd rather not talk about it. For now, it's just theories and first approach. My process is purely experimental and unsuccessful.
As long as you're cautious and methodical, you may remain empty-handed, but you won't fail.
You're not the first one to warn me, but I am convinced knowledge is the main weapon against the ravages of this epidemic.
Uh-huh.
Tell me more about your willingness to experiment with new medical techniques.
Harvey Fiddick is a patient suffering from a severe injury that could cripple him if not treated correctly. I'm convinced your blood transfusion technique could help him.
What is it you really want? To save him, or to prove your point?
Fair question. I want nothing but to save my patient, Dr. Reed. Especially since I know Mr. Fiddick's story.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me Mr. Fiddick's story.
Our first diagnosis was compromised because Mr. Fiddick lied to us about the real origin of his injury. He first claimed it was an accident.
But why would he hide such crucial information from us?
Because he is a proud father, ashamed of putting his children at risk because of his own negligence.
At the same time, you must remain
This
neutral.
personal involvement could also appear to be a lack of impartiality. You must know that a good surgeon must remain neutral.
I agree. But that does not excuse Dr. Ackroyd's behavior. A man who did not even take time to converse with his patient.
Do you think keeping his distance was a mistake?
All I know is that I'm taking care of human beings with desires, hopes, and fears. Not some biological machine comprised of blood, bones, and flesh.
I'm way more happy with this guy. I'm starting to like him, actually.
Goodbye, Dr. Strickland.
You know what?
Don't waste your time with me.
I'm quite
I'm
busy
going.
right now, Dr. Reed.
Yeah, I see. Uh-huh.
Tell me, Waverly, what do you think of Dr. Strickland's enthusiasm for his experimental research?
Strickland is playing with his patients' lives for pride and glory. Now that, sir, is unethical.
Are you thinking about something in particular?
Harvey Fiddick needs delicate surgery. I believe we should stick to the usual procedure, but my young colleague obviously disagrees.
And are you sure you're not the one who is stick to pride and glory? Since you seem to not want to risk any mistakes. I know it's a person's life and death we are talking about here, but sometimes you have to take some risk.
And are you not afraid that your rivalry with Strickland may be blinding you?
Rivalry? I guess you could call it that. But I will never be childish enough to let my personal feelings affect my judgment.
Yeah, sure. I think you're the one who have personal feelings for someone, and you make that poison your judgment.
Why do you wish to lead this surgery?
I strongly believe that Mr. Fiddick should not be butchered to test an unproven procedure.
You will assume the consequences. I trust your judgment. It's a conservative point of view.
Other people may say that's too conservative a point of view.
Conservative? And what are you going to say to Mr. Fiddick if he loses his arm because of the operation? Because that's what's going to happen if the surgery is a failure.
But he will still be alive, you dumbass.
Since your tenure in this hospital is longer than mine, perhaps you can tell me more about this place.
Let's just say I'm tired of the carelessness around me. I have always respected the skills of Dr. Swansea, but over time his enthusiasm has become displaced.
Carelessness? Exactly what are you talking about?
We're here to save lives. The people who trust us are not volunteering for experimentation. They're here to be healed.
I don't intend to run any radical experiments, Doctor. Even if I, as any good practitioner should, express an interest in pushing the boundaries of medical research.
Modern medical methods were created through audacity and ego. But there are rules in our line of work, and they're here to protect our patients.
Aha, okay. That means we have locked up, what?
Thank you for your time. We'll talk later.
That is a patient.
I will not let you down.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. May I help you?
I don't know if a third opinion is needed. Your colleagues are already arguing about my condition.
I see. Would you mind telling me more about your situation?
I'm Harvey Fiddick. All I want is to get me bloody arm fixed properly.
Okay.
Tell me about your injury, Harvey. Why do you feel so guilty about it?
My wife died because of me. And now I may lose everything because I've been careless enough to hurt myself. What an arsehole.
Did you voluntarily hurt yourself?
You can't hold yourself responsible for your injury, Mr. Fiddick. Unless you tried to hurt yourself.
Hello,
Of
A.G.
course I
Miller.
didn't hurt myself. but I can't work until my arm is fixed. My children
Thank
need to
you.
eat, Doctor.
How could your job be responsible for your wife's death?
I was working a double. She went out to bring me a hot meal and got caught in a German bomb raid.
Well, that doesn't mean it's your fault.
Tell me more about the death of your wife, Harvey.
1915. I was in the army, building workshops for the Royal Flying Corps. Helen was happy I wasn't sent to the front.
I know it's a lot
The
of
Germans
talking
sent
in this
Zeppelins to bomb the
episode,
construction site, but they missed their
but
target.
I like to
My
hear
wife was bringing
people's
my dinner
story
when the bombs fell.
in the game. And as I said, I like to get as much as possible out of the game. I'm fine, enjoying the game. Well, are your children alright? So many died during the bombings. And by the way, A.G. Miller, how are you today?
How are your children after losing their mother?
They were smaller then. The only good thing about this is my Helen didn't bring them with her that night.
I'm sorry for your loss. So many died during the bombings. I served in France and witnessed the carnage there.
I would like to say that she didn't suffer. Truth is, I have no idea.
And I
just
guess
know
that
I'm
is
all
the
that
worst.
kids have. Poor little bleeders.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Fiddick. I'll see you later.
I will not let you down, my boy.
Oh my god, I would really like to get finished with that guy.
I'm quite busy right now, Dr. Reed.
Yeah, sure. Nothing. Hint required and hint required. Great. Still not.
Thank you for your time. We'll talk later.
Anything new there. Thank you.
We may lack the resources, but we have some of the most brilliant minds in London at Pembroke.
Are those two a little bit lost?
You are going to reveal all your secrets to me, even the darkest thought.
Uh-huh. And he is a little bit nuts.
Fear and disgust on every street corner. The daily routine.
Good evening, miss. I'm Dr. Reed, the new surgeon at the Pembroke Hospital. And who are you?
Your name has no meaning to me, mortal. You're nothing but dust blown by the winds of eternity.
I beg your pardon?
What are you begging for, mortal? My clemency? Well, tonight maybe I'm inclined to mercy. You'll never forget the night you met Thelma Howcroft.
You keep calling me mortal. Why is that? And if I'm mortal, what are you?
Well, Dr. Reed, if you must know, I'm a vampire.
So am I. Personal questions, please. Who are you really?
Who are you really, Miss Howcroft? I mean, apart from being a vampire.
Is that not enough for you, puny mortal? What do you require? Hmm? Proof of my powers?
I'm curious to know who you were before becoming a vampire.
No, it's such a long time ago, I don't remember. Centuries of unholy life can have strange effects on one's minds, you see?
Uh-huh. And you're a vampire.
And why do you believe you're a vampire?
I don't need to believe anything. It is what I am. It is what I feel within this hollow shell of flesh.
Ever heard of Cotard syndrome?
I see. Have you ever heard of Cotard syndrome, Miss Howcroft?
Never.
It's a mental illness discovered by a French neurologist named Jules Cotard. The affected patients are delusional. They believe that they are putrefying, that they are dead, a ghost or a ghoul, or in your case, a vampire.
Delusional, you say? Oh, sad and petty mortal. You can't even begin to understand the concept of immortality.
Oh,
and you think
yes,
it is
I think I can.
Who am delusional.
Please, describe to me how you feel. What is it like to be a vampire?
I can hear my body crumble from the inside as my flesh cracks and fades. I sense the last pulse of postulant blood within my drying veins. I need new blood.
Uh-huh.
I'm assuming
and you're a
must be
patient here.
Am I right, Miss Howcroft?
It's only a cover. To hide from my enemies. I can leave whenever I want. As a woman,
yeah, here you
spirit,
can.
fog, or bat.
Okay, show me then. Turn into a bat, please.
Who are these enemies you mentioned? Can you describe them?
I cannot say for sure. But I sense their eyes on me from nearby. I feel them watching me every time I visit the garden near the morgue.
The staff here are not your enemy. They're here to help you, to care for you.
I'm not speaking of the doctors in white. I'm speaking of the men and women who hunt me. For I am a vampire.
I see. Don't worry. These people will not find you here. I'll personally make sure they leave you alone.
Thank you, mortal. But do not interfere with them, for you are no match for those that hunt me.
Yeah, sure.
I'll leave you, Mistress of the Dark, to your nocturnal activities. Good evening, sir. Can I help you?
Unless you're here to fix my face. No. I don't think you can help me.
I'm Dr. Reed. I've recently taken the position of head surgeon here. War injuries, am I right?
You guessed right, Doctor. German shell took my pretty little mug right off. But they still call me Thomas Elwood.
How
About
close are you to Miss Hawcroft?
that crazy
Are you
woman's
aware that she
disease.
thinks she is a vampire?
To wait for her next nibble is the best reason to stay here. Every time she approaches my bed, she treats me like something tasty. A normal person.
Aren't you afraid? She may hurt you if the game goes too far.
She's quite harmless, I can assure you. Her head's broken inside is all. While I'm busted on the outside. But she's still beautiful. Living proof that there's hope for me.
And you let her bite you?
So do you let her bite you? You know that's not sanitary.
And why not? She's only supping a few drops of me blood. And the pain, it's real for once.
She could decide to bite less willing patients.
Then it's another good reason for me to stay here, Doctor.
You do realize she's mentally disturbed. It's called the Cotard syndrome. She truly believes she's a vampire.
In her madness, she never refers to my scars. And frankly, if I could, I'd join her world. It seems much more fun than the real one.
Yeah, I guess he has a point there, but
Where were you stationed, sir? Did you serve for long?
I really don't want to talk about all this shit.
No offense. I was pushing too much. I served in France myself. I just wanted to know what happened to you.
You were an officer, weren't you? Then I doubt we fought the same war, sir. No offense.
How is your stay with us, Mr. Elwood?
Oh, it's bliss. I just escaped death in the trenches to be surrounded again by the moans of the dying.
Can I ask you precisely why you're a patient here?
It's the pain, sir. The drugs don't work. It just hurts under the scars, if you get my drift.
Can I, or who is treating you?
Who is treating you? Is someone in particular looking after your case?
Nobody since the old and tired doctor spoke to me. Started to think I was forgotten about. Wouldn't blame you.
You don't seem worried by that.
My face hurts so much more when I smile or cry. I've learned it's easier not to speak. But be assured I'm smiling inside.
Can I do anything for your pain?
Nurses gave me a bunch of pills. No effect. Told you. It's like the flames are under my skin, burning away.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Elwood.
Damn. The pain. It's here again.
I think I want to find out who is spying on the vampire lady. If she's a vampire at all. Which I doubt he is.
Good evening, Mr.
And here we have the guy we saved last time.
Oh, Sora, I must apologize for my behavior.
What do you mean?
I was not myself in the factory. Fear and exhaustion made me say awful things to you, I'm afraid.
You remained perfectly nice and polite. A little delirious, perhaps. But who wouldn't be after enduring an abduction?
Thank you, Doctor. That's a relief. Now all I need to do is rest and return to my flock.
What do you do for a living?
Mr. Hampton?
Are you a priest?
I can't help but notice the cross around your neck.
I manage a night asylum for the poor and homeless of the docks. And I try to guide the lost and hesitant on the right path to our Lord.
Why didn't you use your cross against William Bishop? To repel him somehow?
That's a very strange question, Doctor. A cross is no magical token, if that's what you were trying to say. Not mine, anyway.
Are you a priest, Mr. Hampton? A deacon, maybe?
Not at all, Doctor. I'm just a man of faith willing to preach the good word.
And how do you feel?
Mr. Hampton? Medically speaking, I mean.
By the way, there was a question up there. Have you made friends since last time?
William drank so much of my blood in his madness.
And he has a cross.
I feel empty.
You're in good hands here.
He is a vampire.
Dr. Swansea is well versed in blood transfusion, and I'm sure he'll take the best care of you.
Thank you, sir. I believe all I need is rest. And then I can go back to the people who need me.
Have you made friends since you arrived?
Not really. But I recognize Miss Harriet Jones. I knew her when she lived by the docks. That poor woman had such a miserable life.
You never came to see her here at Pembroke? Receiving visits when sick can be an important part of the healing process, you know. We're not just bodies.
You're preaching to the converted now, Doctor. To be truly honest, I thought she was dead. She left the docks many months ago.
What is the general situation in the East End docks?
The situation has always been tough, with a lot of tensions between the gangs and the dockers' trade union. The wet boot boys are very nervous since they lost their leader.
Who leads the gang now?
Since Clay Cox went missing, it's his wife Edwina who runs the show, with the assistance of her minion, Dooth Digby.
Has the gang been threatening you?
Ah, no. I've had this nickname for so long, you know, the sad saint of the East End. No one dares to bug a saint, not even criminals.
How did you end up in William Bishop's den?
I had received alarming news about his recent behavior. I went to his place and he refused to let me go.
Why did he abduct you?
Why did he abduct you?
William was an alcoholic. His addiction suddenly changed to blood. I don't know why. Just like a patient I met here. This Miss Hawcroft.
Yeah? How about her?
You dared to enter this awful place alone. You're a hero, Mr. Hampton. Or a fool.
I'm just a man trying to help his friends, Dr. Reed. William Bishop was a conflicted soul, searching for light.
Do you know Tom Watts? The bartender from the Turtle. I met him before I found you in the canning factory.
Tom? Yes, of course. Always the helping hand, good old Tom. Without men like him, corruption and despair would have wiped out the East End long ago.
People are still in despair.
How could it be otherwise? The authorities have left us all to rot in this contagious nightmare. No drugs, no advice, nothing. It's a damn shame.
Who should I avoid in this part of town, then? Any particularly evil figures?
Not really. Most men and women are just doing their best. And it's not my habit to speak ill of people I know, Doctor.
Okay. Then we are
Goodbye,
finished with this one.
We'll talk again later. I cannot enter. Good evening,
And we
Miss Howcroft.
still
How
can.
are you tonight?
I need blood, Doctor. Warm, rich, vibrant blood.
Aha! Tell me about Thomas Elwood.
Tell me, Thelma, why do you feel so attached to Mr. Elwood? Why him?
I'm not sure, Doctor. I think we have a bond of some sort. We've both suffered so much. He's the only mortal I find interesting.
You plan to make him a vampire? Or are you romantically involved?
Do you plan to make him a vampire too?
Of course not. How could I inflict my curse on anybody else? I'm not that cruel, Doctor.
Would you say you and Mr. Elwood are romantically involved?
No. No, Thomas is a delicate soul. Even though he disguises it. But I am not the woman he needs. No, for I am a vampire, Doctor.
Yeah, you say so.
I'll leave you, Mistress of the Dark, to your nocturnal activities.
I wish I could be sick again. Feel my blood boil with the fever.
Fear and disgust on every street corner. The daily routine.
Who is this? Prevent disease. Careless spitting, sneezing, coughing, spread influenza. Spread by droplets sprayed from nose and throat. Do not cough in public.
Good evening, sir.
So it is true. The famous Dr. Reed has joined us. I can't think of any better news during these terrible times.
I thought
Do we
it
know
was
each other?
wise to
Actually,
go
yes.
out and check
We met
the
once
area
before
outside.
at the
Because
Rockefeller
it's
University
not
in New
daytime yet.
Dr. Tippett, yes, I remember. I was assisting Professor Carell in his research about coronary bypasses. He had nothing but praise for you.
He was also very confident about your future. And look at you now. eminent surgeon and blood transfusion specialist.
What can you tell me about the staff in the hospital?
Some are really good, and others are not so good. But during this troubled period, there is no time for slander. I prefer to focus on the positive character traits.
Positive characters?
Tell me more about cherished people, then.
Nurse Brannigan is a pearl. She is the most helpful and dedicated nurse I've ever worked with. A clever and cheerful woman.
You really
Of course,
seem to
it
admire
was
her
her.
skills.
I'll go even further. If she was a man, she would be a damn fine practitioner.
What about the
Any
management?
opinion about the management?
I don't always agree with Dr. Swansea's reserve, but I must admit he does all he can to keep this facility running during this crisis.
Ah, yes, the burden of command. I was fed up with this concept while serving as a medical officer.
Don't get me wrong. Swansea's a good administrator. I just wish he would get out of his office now and again.
What is the Pembroke Hospital situation? And please, speak freely.
This hospital is not exactly the best of London. I'm sure you are used to working in a better environment.
People are important.
It's more than enough. In any case, the personnel of a hospital are much more important to me than the building.
Don't be misled by appearances, Dr. Reed. This hospital does not lack talented people. It just lacks hope.
Okay.
Goodbye, Dr. Tippett.
So I guess it's not him spying at Thelma. Could it be this guy?
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. I'm new here.
I've already heard about you, Dr. Reed. I'm Milton Hooks, the ambulance driver for this shithole of a hospital.
That's quite a blunt introduction, Mr. Hooks.
You can call me Milton. I like to speak my mind, Dr. Reed. Perk of the job. Don't judge me, and I won't judge you.
I'm not sure I understand what you're talking about.
Well, I'm no doctor, but I'm pretty sure a gun can't be used as a surgical instrument.
You have a keen
No.
eye. I learned to shoot during the war, and have carried one ever since. Old habits die hard.
No need to explain, Dr. Reed. And if you ever need a better gun, remember, I may have something for you.
That's a great thing to know.
Are you really smuggling weapons through the hospital?
And why not? I've already been attacked by patients, you know. And by gang members willing to steal my money.
But you're not defending yourself. You're selling guns to civilians.
You keep people alive your own way, Doctor. I offer them another way to protect their health.
How is the situation around here?
You want to hear the situation is all right? It's fucking awful. We lack everything. And it's getting worse every day.
So what do you do exactly in this hospital? Apart from smuggling guns, I mean.
I've been an ambulance driver since... too long, I guess. I'll bring sick people here night and day. It's a dirty job, but I get it done. Most of the time.
It sounds like things have been a bit rough recently. What's happened?
Yesterday I got attacked by the patient I was bringing here. I escaped through the hospital's garden, but I lost my wallet when I was running.
You left an infected patient outside the hospital? That's incredibly dangerous.
Go there yourself if you want, but be careful, Doctor. I'd rather not bring your dead body back.
Since you're on the front
So
line,
we are getting
how is
a
the
lot
sanitary
of
situation
new
in this vicinity?
It's a complete
missions.
disaster. It's even getting
Which
dangerous
I
to enter
guess
some streets or buildings.
we
Even
will
the locals
try
attack you.
to solve over the next few episodes.
Goodbye, Milton.
Thelma Hawcroft is a delusional patient at the Pembroke hospital who is convinced that he is already dead or undead and trapped inside a rotting body. Despite her obvious mental issues, the woman claims she is being spied on by some men and women who can or who want to hunt her down because she is a vampire. Is she referring to the guard of Priwen? I can't take the risk of having these hunters investigate around the hospital. Maybe I should spy on them and protect Thelma Hawcroft from those hunters. So, yeah.
Thelma Hawcroft said she was being watched by vampire hunters. Where are they hiding? I should investigate.
And who are you?
Good evening. I'm Dr. Reed. Always a pleasure to meet a colleague, sir. Especially when he was supposedly dead.
A colleague? Are you a doctor too?
Not anymore, sir. I used to be Dr. Rakesh Chadana. Now, I'm just Mr. Chadana, pawnbroker and humble guardian of this morgue.
What do you mean, you used to be a doctor? Was your license revoked?
No, sir. It is just that I like to be precise. I run a little pawn shop while taking care of the dead. But I used to be a real doctor.
Uh-huh. You say so?
A pawnbroker? I expect you get all types of people here.
Yes, sir. All kind of people. For I sell all kind of goods.
What kind of goods?
With the quarantine, it's not always easy to buy things. So I trade. I exchange. Some people sell, some others buy. I like to help.
Who comes here to trade with you? It's very unhygienic, even unsafe. Diseases can spread. For the customers, for the hospital.
I'm very cautious, sir. I've been a doctor, remember? And all my clients are good people. In fact, I think I only know good people.
Have we met before?
I don't think so, sir.
Why? When we first talked, you said you were glad to meet me since I was reported dead.
Funny story, sir. Your sister came here a few nights ago. You were missing, and she was looking for your body.
Aha.
She must be very relieved now.
Yeah, she's dead, just so you know.
Are you afraid or uneasy being surrounded by so many corpses?
Why should I? These bodies are empty vessels. Flesh left to decay. Poof. No soul anymore. All gone.
How did you get this job?
After I left the army, I worked as an undertaker down by the docks. A dangerous place with many an unpleasant business there. Milton Hooks helped me get a job here.
An interesting point of view. And quite an exotic one, too.
I agree.
Most people fear, or at least have a respect, for dead flesh.
Sir, as a medic during the war, I learned to face my death and the death of others. It's the pain we have to tame, not death itself.
Do you work here alone?
Yes, very easy work, sir. All I have to do is watch a few bodies. The situation was very different when the main morgue was still open.
Why close the morgue?
Why close the hospital's main morgue?
It was for sanitary reasons after the beginning of the epidemic. Cadavers had to be moved to the nearest mass grave.
Why do you have to watch these bodies?
Because these poor fellows have no names. We keep them in case someone comes looking for the missing. Sadly, very rarely happens.
Since you're not afraid of dying, do you believe in life after death, Rakesh?
No.
That was
believe
actually a
we
good
must do
question.
all the good we can while alive. For our time is short, and the obstacles are endless.
Do you think you would enjoy immortality as a concept?
I don't think so. Don't mistake me. I love life, and I'd like to live a long life. But everything has to decay, sir. Even goodwill.
Do you really believe goodwill cannot last?
As I said, sir, everything decays. If I was to never die, goodness, I would be bored or worse. And I like to be helpful, sir.
Quite depressing, wouldn't you say?
Yes, but the good news is, we'll all die before losing our humanity, sir.
So you're ready to die?
No, I am not. I don't fear death, for I won't see it. What troubles me is the pain my death will inflict to those I know.
You're a wise man, Mr. Chidana.
No, Dr. Reed. I am a foolish man. But I like to think otherwise.
Goodbye, Mr. Chidana. It's locked, all right.
I'm sorry you ended up my plane and called medical bench.
Yeah, okay, there is a lot of dead bodies here. $32. Huh. This is a mystery. Who would spy on that vampire lady? That is a really huge question, and I don't know if I have time to answer it today. Because I do have an appointment in about an hour.
Speaking! Over there! There's one of them vermin!
Okay. New people to kill. Out! I have to try that again. Because I think it's those people. who might be watching her. You will find there is very little that can kill a vampire, my friend. You have been offered something. And I know it has been a lot of talking today with people and yeah, asking them a lot of questions and so on. But I think that is a good way to start the game, because as you saw, we got to know a couple of people who sell things which we might need in yeah, I think I know where they are now. Okay. I'm soon finished with one of them. Both of them, actually. October 25th, from guard of Priven command post. To east and patrols. Object vampire activity. Hospital survey. Investigate. 3 days ago, one of our new recruits heard a rumor about the presence of a female vampire hiding in the Pembroke Hospital, London East End. All we have is her first name, Thelma. Your mission is to discreetly go there and observe any suspicious activity concerning said lead. Then report directly back to us, and we will decide what action should be taken. Uh-huh. Okay, we have a vampire. And he is too dangerous. Clearly, so we should probably wait going that way. If you're not strong enough, remember that the blood of the citizens is the fastest way to evolve. Yeah, I know. Come on.
Best turn around if I were you. Look lively! It's on to us!
Those are level 12. Great. Okay, I should probably level up before going this way. Since I'm only at what level was I? Seven or something? No, level 3, I think it was. So yeah, I think I should return to the hospital. And get some rest. Okay, where was the stairs again? Up here, of course. Okay, so I guess I will end the episode here. I know it hasn't been the most exciting episode this time, but as I said, I think it's wise to get to know the people that you surround you with. And yeah, he is at a hospital and he might need to know his colleagues. Next time we will try to level up a bit and hopefully make it to finish one of the missions we have received. So yeah, I think next time will be a much more exciting episode to watch. For me it has been exciting enough because I like hearing people's stories and getting to know the environment in the game and stuff like that. So for me it's totally fine, but I know it might not have been the most funny to watch. But anyways, thanks for watching and hope to see you next time, which I think will be on Wednesday. So yeah, take care and I'll see you then. Bye!